Welcome back to Don't Worry, It's Just Rocket Science. My name is Morgan, and today we're talking about orbital inclination and normal and anti-normal burns. Don't let all those words get to your head. We're just getting started. Last video, we talked about prograde and retrograde burns, which is how you would raise and lower the other side of your orbit, essentially speeding yourself up and slowing yourself down. We got that. But how do you change the inclination of your orbit? If you're orbiting Earth, you could orbit around the equator of the Earth. That would be a 0-degree inclination. You could also orbit like this, over the poles of the Earth, as the Earth spins beneath your craft. That would be a 90-degree orbital inclination. But how do we change it? How do we actually get into a 90-degree orbital inclination? Well, if you are at a 0-degree orbital inclination, orbiting the Earth, having a grand old time, and you accelerate upwards. There's no up and down in space, but if you're thinking about up and down in terms of north and south, if you thrust up, then you're going to send your craft further up and around, therefore increasing your orbital inclination until you may have to do a few passes. You can't do it all in one most of the time. Do a little bit, get at like an angle, come back around, do a little more of a normal burn, and after a few, maybe even just two, you will have a 90-degree orbital inclination. You may need to do some retrograde burns to slow yourself down a little bit, because even though you are not accelerating prograde, you are still accelerating yourself. You are speeding yourself up, so you will raise the other side of your orbit. So if you want it to be a circular orbit, you will probably have to slow yourself down a little along the way, but it is normal and anti-normal burns that we use to change the inclination of our orbit. And a 90-degree orbital inclination is actually incredibly useful for satellites, among other things. If you are orbiting at a 90-degree inclination, the planet spins beneath you, and you can make orbits and orbits. So if you're a satellite that's tasked with imagery, with taking images of a planet, a 90-degree orbital inclination would actually be very good for that, because it is able to get images as the Earth or planet spins underneath of it. So it never has to move. It just needs to keep taking pictures until the orbiting body has made one complete rotation. Pretty cool stuff. Like and follow for more.